future. So we got some goals to meet, and I hope with all these beats we put forth tonight, you'll be feeling it and feel generous. We have a transmitter fund that we need to raise at least by the end of this month, and another $150,000, if not more. And that actually is feasible. I mean, when I think we have 200 producers here, if each one had one listener that pledged $100, we'd be right there, wouldn't we? But instead, it's an incremental thing. So if you got 100, if you got maybe 5, if you got 10, just check it out over at our website. I think that's the easiest way, the fastest way to contribute. I know I got some very able-bodied online folk definitely listening. So go to give and the number 2, wbai.org. Give and then the numeral 2, wbai.org. And our 516 number is now the WBAI Transmitter Fund online calling center number, 516-620-3602. And Stephen Marshall, my co-host, about to jump on the mic with me. But thanks so much to everybody that has given generously thus far. Although I have to tell you, you got to be a little patient because as far as I know, the premiums department is not set up yet. So we'll be keeping you posted on that as well. And but in the meantime, really, the reality is you listen all the time. So give us your support. And that's really what we're asking. So that's what listener-sponsored radio is about. And hey, Steve.
Hey, Jeannie. Wow, this mic does sound very good.
Yeah.
And we want to continue to sound good. I was saying to some of our fellow producers that when we first went to City College a couple of weeks ago that radio sounded very...
Are going to do it and come through and give what you can give. It's really the hurricane that took us over this fiscal cliff, as I've been calling it, for the station. And we were progressing to move out, move on, bring our costs down in a lot of different ways. But with the hurricane hitting, we've yet to receive our insurance monies. That's a battle for many people, many organizations, many businesses in Lower Manhattan that got flooded, besides even in the greater listening area out there. You know what we're talking about, as well as FEMA relief funds. The funds, that they extended the deadline for not-for-profits and other organizations to put in for relief funds, but yet they still, I guess, in our world, hadn't doled any out yet. So you can see where we're in a pickle. You're actually listening live to the aftermath of Hurricane Sandy, basically, with all of us speaking here on the air. That's really what it's about. And we're not alone, and we know, again, many of you are also experiencing what we are. But those that aren't, the tale of two cities. Talk about light and dark. Indeed. So bring us into the light. Keep that transmitter coming at you strong, and it's going to take as much as more than 50,000 watts to do so in terms of funds. It's going to take 200,000 watts, and that watts being people power. So if each of you out there, again, just gives $5 or $10 or a greater amount if you can, do your part now. And again, I'm going to fire up some tunes. We got a lot of great music. We've been logged here in the interim of this drive.
And the beautiful thing about even during the drive, we were still able to experience some of the fantastic music that Jeannie Harper brings to the airwaves, interspersed. Yes, they've been very supportive. So, but I want to reemphasize that point you made, Jeannie, about, let's get over this hurdle with the transmitter. Yeah. And there is light at the end of the tunnel. We do have a building that we're looking at. Looks very, very good.
I'm touching wood. And
it can happen for us. But when we're this close, let's just bring it home.
Yeah.
So we gotta survive, and we will survive. So I look forward to it.
And coming up in the broadcast, we've got some ticket giveaways for all of you. But I might just roll it into seeing who gives. Because I'm watching you. We do get a response here. So we're going to sort that out in a bit. But this amazing artist, let's see here. She's actually Ethiopian and Israeli, from the exodus of the Ethiopian Jews that were brought over to Israel in the early 90s. And so she has an incredible voice, gorgeous persona, and I love the fusion in her music. Esther Rada, thanks to Giant Step for turning her on to me. And then also, we might hold this off till next week. Hiatus Coyote, I think, is the name of the group, Hiatus Coyote. They have an incredible album, Talk Tomahawk. And, we may do the tickets this week, or we might push them till next week. But in the meantime, I'm going to start out with DJ Sun, who actually does the Solar Groove show on our Houston station. And we go way back. I had actually kind of influenced him in getting him hooked into our Pacifica station in Houston. He wanted to be able to find a greater reach and bring across the soulful grooves like you hear on the Liquid Sound Lounge. And so this is a full-length album he finally has out called 100. I'm very proud of him. He's had other releases before. This is the first full-length, and it features the vocals of Leah Alvarez. We've got a lot of great female vocalists in the mix as always, but for those of you that celebrate those focus days, International Working Women's Day, even though to me that's every day, we can feel the vibe that way too. All right, so let's check it out. Heart Seed is the name of the selection. We are taking you till 9 p.m., followed by Sister from Another Planet, taking you till 11, and then Soul Central Station. Go to WBAI.org for more details on the station, the full broadcast schedule, as well as how to become a WBAI buddy, which is really incredible. And that's a commitment of giving $10 a month or greater. And that really helps sustain us. We were really building up lovely, actually, just before the hurricane hit, as much as... Anyways, we'll talk more about that. Let's take a listen.
Dedicate ourselves to a vision. We are swept up in the evolving force of cosmic existence. Go. I can say is trust the now and never look back. We're moving forward and upward just like that. Shackles be broken, truth be spoken. Life be unrolled like a scroll for all to read. The time we came together and made something great for all to see. See, you and I can fly if we only let it run. To the sun, me and you, it's true. Beyond as like you're just saying 'cause you're afraid that the silence reveals you much more. Paralyzed by the thought that maybe you got caught packing your lies in a suitcase and running to another fake choice. While ignoring the pain that happens, while surrendering to fear, while holding back the tears that happens. You prefer a long walk inside a sad head instead of a journey V-I-L-P-I. That stone that sits up in your heart keeps rolling over and over again, saying wake up son, it's an everlasting game. While you're looking astray, while ignoring the pain that happens, while surrendering to fear, while holding back the tears that happens, while you're closing the doors, I don't know what you're waiting for. That happens. While you're covering up, while you're acting it up, that happens. No matter how hard you're trying to clean up this mess, there's always a stain down there in your chest. It's been a while since the last time you slept, so they won't catch you off guard. And it's not painful like it used to be. Guess habit grows with us. While you're looking astray, while ignoring the pain that happens, while surrendering to fear, while holding back the tears that happens. While you're closing the doors, I don't know what you're waiting for. That happens. You're covering up while you're acting it tough. That happens. Oh, while you're looking astray.
Alright, and that in fact is the beautiful voice of Esther Rada, and that's entitled Life Happens. And just before that, we heard Maya Azucena. And I think I'm going to pause this track so you guys can have a chance to listen to it in a second. And Maya actually has been in Tanzania. She met with our U.S. ambassador there. And she was there under a cultural ambassadorship. And we love Maya. We had her on just before the start of the membership drive. And if you haven't heard, we are definitely in the midst of needing your support. And if we get through this hurdle, this transmitter fund, which we're asking you to support and keep us here on 50,000 watts coming at you, if we all of a sudden were challenged and lost that transmitter, the station really wouldn't exist. It would not be able to exist. We wouldn't be able to reach all of you in this whole tri-state area that we serve. So it's very serious, and if you can just simply call or go online and make a commitment, $5, $10, $100. That website is give and then the number 2 WBAI.org. Give and then the number 2 WBAI.org. The phone number is 516-620-3602. But technically, the folks at the phone center are actually utilizing that website that we have set up to input your information. So we're in temporary digs here at CCNY, and they've given us a home to continue. Time Warner, basically, they said, oh, well, you have to have this package, and that's how you get the lower amount that you're paying. And I'm like, yeah, but my lower amount has gone up, up, up. How is that benefit to me? Just get rid of the phone. I don't use the phone. And they were like, well, then we can't give you this package. I'm like, oh, so then I'm still going to be paying the same amount if I get rid of the phone. They were like, yes. So then I said, then all of a sudden they mysteriously, this last spring of 2012, we got a postcard that said, by the way, now you have to pay a fee for your modem and your wireless router. And I was like, what? That's kind of crazy. Why should I pay even more money for that? And I mean, we're paying, and I know this is a story across the board because many friends of mine have ditched cable a long time ago.
Me being one.
Yeah. And I'm embarrassed to say that we still have it, but there's reasons for it. But literally looking at how much it costs, we're paying almost $40 a month in rental equipment rental, which we have to use their equipment. Mm-hmm. So I thought, oh, I'm going to get rid of that, charge with this modem and this wireless, because I found out online that you could actually go online and they had a recommended list of modems that you could pick up that would work best with their network. So I ordered one, and then I get it, and I realize it's a sham also. And then finally, when I ended up in the 3 tiers of tech support, which is how far it went, because the first 2 tiers, I guess they didn't tell them about this, but I get to the final tier, and they said, well, actually, because of the lawsuit, we have to allow our customers to go and use their own modem, but we will not support it. We'll support your modem, but we will not support your router. And I went, you won't support the router, but you told me if I got this modem, I could use this with your equipment. It was not clearly spelt out that I couldn't. So basically I was trapped. So now I have a $110 modem I bought that I won't even be able to use if I go buy another router, which wasn't made clear in this breakdown. So anyways, in the end, I'll just tell you that I just felt so trapped.
But you got to keep pushing back, and that's all there is to it. You have to keep pushing
And
back.
luckily we have a radio station here that we can hear
Exactly.
the other side of the story.
That is why we are necessary. That's why we will get the money for this transmitter. We will get our building, and we will continue on because we speak truth to power. It is necessary, period.
Yes. And so please give generously to
Whatever you want.
our emergency transmitter fund. It is truly an emergency. Due to our timing that we had to move out of the Wall Street location, due to the hurricane pushing us, of course, into that direction, which we were already headed anyways. All of this has resulted in also a membership drive with having to use a different way of structuring the drive on the back end with a call center and all these different new things that may seem very foreign to our listeners out there. Us jumping into a studio and jumping on the air, thanks to our lovely engineers, we are here and we are live, but we're not quite there with the tools that we want to go deeper into bringing you more radio values within our shows. The phone lines, though, should be back up within a week or so, and all these ongoing things. But the reality is that it set us back with all of you in terms of what you normally are giving throughout our winter membership drive. So I know many of you out there have not given yet, and this is a very crucial time, so do so now. Go to our website, give, and then the numeral 2, WBAI.org, give2WBAI.org, or call 516-620-3602, 3602, 516-620-3602. It's still hard for me to keep up with that number. But I do want to thank Stephen Ralston of Baldwin, New York. Thank you so much for your generous support and understanding. And, this is, again, the People's Radio Station. So let's make our voices heard. Let's do our part now and call and make a donation. Thanks to Vivian Yale as well, right here in New York. And everyone else that has given thus far. I believe we're going to get through this, and we're going to come out of it even stronger. And to meet the new ever-changing landscape of communications and delivery systems. But right now, we're broadcasting, and that costs money from the Empire State Building to reach all of you and be a service to all of you. So if you find value and you've been listening to what we do on a regular basis, then you're our family, you're our community. So do your part, and we're passing the hat around. $5, $10, or if you can give a greater amount, 100, 200, 1,000. Please do so now. 516-620-3602. Or go to give and then the numeral 2 WBAI.org. And I guess I have a ticket giveaway for Monday night, 10 p.m. at the Slipper Room. I'm so happy the Slipper Room is back open again. 167 Orchard Street. That's just below Houston off of Stanton. But 167 Orchard Street, the Slipper Room, 10 p.m. for that beautiful, beautiful gal, Esther Rada, who we just heard 2 songs back, or just before I broke in, to appeal to all of you to do your part here as a radio station for the people, by the people, of the people, listener-sponsored radio. And she's amazing. It's an exclusive U.S. debut showcase of, she's an Israeli-Ethiopian singer. And she's got, what do they call it? Soul, funk, Ethio, jazz, groove, R&B vibe. And in Israel proper, she's featured throughout on a lot of, TV and radio commercials, but again, more on the commercial backing side. And she's composed this self-written and self-composed solo EP, also produced by Kutiman Thruyo and Sabo of Solico. So if you want to go to the show, how about emailing us here at the Liquid Sound Lounge, because our phones are down. We still don't have them just yet, and Skype's down. So you can email me at info at liquidsoundlounge.com, info@liquidsoundlounge.com. And yeah, get yourself a pair of tickets. I'm going to be there. It sounds like an amazing show, and I've already fallen in love with Esther Rada. She's also up on Bandcamp if you want to take a listen to more of her music, ESTERRADA. And right now, actually, I'm going to fire this one up again. Let's listen to Erykah Badu with Bonobo on his latest album, The North Borders, on Ninja Tunes, Heaven for the Sinner. This is the Liquid Sound Lounge, WBAI 99.5 on your FM dial, coming at you Saturday nights, 7 to 9 p.m. That number again is 516-620-3602 to give to our WBAI transmitter emergency fund to keep us coming at you with 50,000 watts.
Another one to more right than me. I need another paradise for me. We just ask
Beautiful, Miss Erykah Badu. What'd you think of that, Steve? Huh?
That was kind of smooth. Her
gorgeous one, huh?
She has that. How can I put it? That Billie Holiday type vibe, and it's a unique vibe. Like Sade has a vibe.
Yeah.
Erykah Badu has a vibe.
Michelle
has a vibe.
They just got their own,
so that's their thing. And that's her thing right now, you know what I mean?
Everyone always tries to relate them to, like, oh, is she a Nina Simone, or is she this or that? And I'm like,
to each their own.
No, even though I kind of just did
people
it. Now.
But it's just that that vibe is, there. We all need to acknowledge.
Oh, of course. Hello. Oh, yes, of course. But, my God.
But,
No discrediting whatsoever. Oh, no. But yeah, these beautiful songstresses, that's for sure. A lot of great vocalists packed up in this show. And, yep. So this is the Liquid Sound Lounge with you Saturday night, starting at 7, taking you till 9 p.m. And
2 hours for the next 2 weeks, then we go back to our 3-hour format in 2 weeks. Because now the thing about it,
we've been
doing
March 23rd. We'll be back. 23rd. We will be back to 3 hours on a regular basis.
I was just getting used to 3 hours, and then we got to do the 2-hour thing. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, we have less time. So then I won't get too used to it, and then we get back to the 3 hours and stretch ourselves out.
It's really, when you're programming music, it's very psychological.
Very
Your whole life starts to operate according to the length of a song, actually. Mm-hmm. I'm like, another 7 minutes, I gotta wait for, the train. That's just a song and a half, I'll be fine.
Or as I like to, I really relate this to shows. I know Miles Davis used to talk about a song having just a beginning, a middle, and an exit, and you need to plan all of that. So when you have 2 hours as opposed to 3 hours, 3 hours versus 2 hours, it can affect how you. It's an art and a science to programming.
Oh my God! For me, it's all about how much of this music that's sent to us can I squeeze in? Because there's so many incredible independent record labels, DJs, and artists, which is what we focus on here. Because I love classics. Don't get me wrong. I live for classics. But my thing is like, who's going to be the next classic?
Right.
Who are, I call them modern day classics.
Right.
So that feed off of that same kind of more soulful vibe.
Right.
That's very live and very real and very, I don't know, just not so mechanical or predictable, just beautiful.
I relate that to when I used to go to the garage, and I learned from the people before me, and you teach the people after, and we have to continue that, learn how it's done well. The party well, the music well, and everything. And you can tell in today's society we need that. We need that release as we try to fight for justice. And then teach the youth, this is how it's done. Do not accept mediocrity for genius. Because mediocrity is not genius. Right?
And on that note, if you love what we do, then please keep us going here. Keep WBAI going live and strong with 50,000 watts. We're in the midst of an emergency, a crisis. We just fell short of our membership drive in a major way, and a lot of it is due to us trying to survive after the hurricane and the avalanche of effects that have happened since, which many others out there, have been experiencing as well. This tale of two cities, I keep saying. But if you can just give $5, $10 to our transmitter fund, even $100, or maybe you have a bit more that you can give, you can afford to give. They were throwing around the figure about the 99%. I said, well, I kind of believe that, and I know that there's so many philanthropists out there that are well off, that have a lot of money, and that also believe in peace and justice and working towards a more balanced and equal society and fairness. And so I always said the 99.5%. The 0.5 meaning those that are in luckily a very lucrative situation. They've done well for themselves. And I know you're out there, and I know you listen to BAI too, because you believe as well, and you are in fact conscientious. And so if you can give $1,000, do so now and call our call center and make that commitment. 516-620-3602, 516-620-3602, or you can simply log on to give and then the number 2 WBAI.org, give to WBAI.org. This is very serious, folks. We are, if we do not raise this $200,000 by end of the month, at least that's the last word that I heard.
That's a figure, the ballpark.
Yeah, then, but it's still, give or take, it's still at least 2,000, if not greater. But it's sounding like that's the magic number. If we can raise that by the end of the month, then we won't be kicked off of the Empire State Building. And things fell behind because of the hurricane. Things fell behind with our membership drives because of our circumstances and having to suddenly move a station in 2 weeks, then Defeat with Falling Off, the James Dexter remix off Lost My Dog Records on that UK label. And before that, we heard the new one on Softitone Records, Peter James Conn with Could You Be. And in the background, we're listening to a new one from actually Tortured Soul on the remix tip by M. Swift. This one's called Home. And talk about home. We need you to keep our home tidy here, or I should say, coming at you with 50,000 watts. We're in a very serious predicament.
Our broadcast home, right?
Yeah, our broadcast home. We are in temporary studios at CCNY. Thanks to them, we have some shelter. But the reality is that we didn't make our goals this past month for our membership drive. Not surprising considering we were in the middle of moving the entire station between storage, admin offices, and the FEMA space downtown, given as temporary relief to organizations that have been displaced, such as ours. And we need your help now to support us in keeping the transmitter alive, because our figures are down from this winter membership drive. And you know, what I've really seen is that it's down literally 50%, which is a that's not a realistic decline in support suddenly, period. So it's really due to the logistics of the way the drive had to be set up. It had to be set up the way it was. We couldn't bring in you wonderful volunteers. We didn't have a phone room. We didn't have all of this. So we've had to transition like immediately, boom, and have everything function 100%, which is not possible when you make that big of a transition.
It's a lot of logistical obstacles.
So I can see why we're down. However, we can't survive by being down 50%. That is tremendous. So what it's meant is that we can't cover our transmitter costs, and we're actually behind in the transmitter. Every year, the transmitter goes up by $10,000. I know that sounds insane, but we're a radio station. It's really the only option, being at the tallest place in New York City, the Empire State Building.
Right.
You could say they got us where they want us, but the reality is for us to continue coming to you with 50,000 watts, with the greatest reach that we have through the tri-state area, and be as powerful as we are, the People's Radio, we have to keep this transmitter going. There are no other options right now, or we will be cutting off a large part of our audience. We are a big radio station, so it warrants big support, and we reach all of you. Collectively, we're mighty strong. So can you do your part? And right now, for our emergency transmitter fund, after facing, the economic collapse already of 2008, the hurricane really did take us over the edge. So, but the good news is we're looking at a new permanent location if we can get past this financial moment of stress. And I believe we can, because I believe there's a lot of you out there that would have given. Maybe you were frustrated calling the calling center. Maybe you put it off. Maybe, I don't know what reasons, but I know that you're able to give. So you can go to the website, give, and then the number 2, WBAI.org. Give, G-I-V-E, the number 2, WBAI.org. And or you can go to 516-620-3602, the call center, 516-620-3602. And I want to thank the caller that called in from New Jersey. Thank you so much for making your pledge. But the reality is we have to have a lot of pledges come in. I know you guys love the music of the Liquid Sound Lounge. Think of it as, your musical budget that now maybe you don't spend as much money on, because you can go online and check stuff out, and maybe you're not supporting as much as you used to, because there are other options. But in the meantime, we're sitting here bringing you some fabulous music. We know you're tuned in. We know you love the Liquid Sound Lounge. So I'm asking you to do your part, whether it's $5, $10, $25, $50, $100. Maybe you can give $1,000. We do have a page online if you follow the slideshow on the homepage and hit on the transmitter fund, emergency fund, and it will break it down whichever amount you want to give. Or if you go to give, the number 2, WBAI.org, you'll see it on the upper bar as a selection, the transmitter fund. And again, folks, this is very real. I know we said that.
Extremely serious.
Yeah.
Extremely.
If we do not cover these costs by the end of this month, $200,000, which is pretty much just under the goal that we're short of, from our membership drive in this past month in February, then WBAI will cease to exist, and it just doesn't seem right, considering WBAI and Pacifica Broadcasting created community radio. We created non-commercial radio back in the late 40s, period. We've been with you for over half a century here on this dial at 99.5. And just think of that history. This station has made such a difference for so many people in their lives, being able to come to a place that they actually have access to the media without any corporate influences, interests, censorship really is what I'm talking about. This is where we can actually have a conversation for the people, by the people, of the people. And in this case, with music, let me tell you, I still can't believe how much great music is out there and how little access our artists have to the airwaves. It's really a crime. And sure, there's more stuff online and all that and outlets, but the reality is we also provide, we've been increasing our services and trying to keep up with all these different means of getting the signal out there, including online. Everything ends up costing a bit more. But since the economic crash of 2008, we've obviously brought in less. You all have kept us alive this long. But again, I know that our numbers are down from last month, and I find it really odd, the incredible decrease. So if you can make a difference right now, please do so. $5, $10, $100, $1,000 if you've got it. Please, right now, go to give and then the number 2, WBAI.org, or call 516-620-3602.
Jeannie, I know we mentioned this on fair at times, but I think you brought up a very interesting statistic one time about the number of new music, as in song-wise.
The percentage.
Like, I think you said something like...
It's actually less than 3%,
right.
Maybe 4. Actually, I should say 3 to 4% of all the music that's created just here in the United States alone is what's represented on the commercial dial. So that's a really big imbalance. Talk about 99%.
Yeah, really.
It's like 96% of our artists are cut out of actually having exposure through the commercial radio dial when it comes to music artists. That is chilling.
Right.
And we don't want to lose this resource here, WBAI, which is one of those sources for our artists to come to and be able to actually find a place to share their music, their talent, their work, their culture, their art with a greater audience, you all out there. And I know you appreciate the alternative sounds and the fresh sounds. You've complimented us through the years, through almost 20 years of the Liquid Sound Lounge. I can't believe that the transmitters can be shut down, but we are really looking at a very serious situation here. I am not joking at all. I am not exaggerating. It's very severe.
No Chicken Little story over here.
No, I mean, the beautiful thing is that we have the potential finally to have our own building out in Brooklyn, thanks to the connections that have been made. I'm not going to give greater details than that, but it's a very realistic goal that we actually will find a home. It will cut our costs in half. Even now, we're going to be digging out of the debt that has incurred, especially since the hurricane, and over the last year, falling short in a couple drives in a row, and we just can't afford to. In the meantime, our rent was going up on the transmitter and in our studios on Wall Street, which we were desperately trying to get out of. Maybe Hurricane Sandy was that push we needed, but unfortunately, it's about to submerge us.
No pun intended,
like
right?
the Titanic, and we won't be able to be coming back up for any air. So please call right now, 516-620-3602.
Yeah.
I know I still trip up over the number.
I'm still trying to
And the phone number I know has tripped up a lot of people because we haven't been able to have our own call center. We're utilizing a call center that's actually a union call center, which is very good. It's union-based. We believe in labor rights. And we're probably their biggest client that ever hit them. And a whole new, set of probably tremendous amount of increase of work that they've had to do. So I'm sure you've faced like phones not being answered and things like that. But the reality is when you call, they're utilizing our interface with this donation site that we have. So you could go directly to that donation site, give, and then the number 2, WBAI.org, and very securely enter your information. It is so secure. It's one of the most secure
it really is.
services, period.
It is.
So you will be safe if you have any trepidations about using the call center. Go to give and then the number 2, WBAI.org.
Or 516-602-360.
No, it's 620.
Oh my goodness. I did it again. Okay, let's start again. 516-620-3602.
Oops, you did it again.
Really, Steve?
Really, Reggie?
Really?
We're going to come together and get it right.
Okay.
516-620-3602.
Yes.
Pledge your support to the Transmitter Fund.
And, hey, just think of it as you just, basically gave Liquid Sound Lounge, I don't know, $1 for every year we've been on the air. Pledge $20. Give $2 for every year we've been on the air. Give $40. Give $3 for every year we've been on the air, keeping you in the groove. Give $60. I think somebody out there can. And we, as a people in this consumer land of milk and honey, definitely are impulse folks. So when you've gone and you've impulsively, bought that pair of shoes you shouldn't have, or that pair of pants you shouldn't have, or went for that expensive meal you shouldn't have because you really couldn't afford it, but somehow you made it work. Well, let's say Liquid Sound Lunch is one of those things that, I really don't have it right now, but you know what? I love it so much. I'm going to make it work. I'm going to do this. I love these guys. I love this show. I'm going to do it. So feel that. Feel us right now. And please do your part.
I mean, really, where else are you going to hear this type of music now? I mean, since the venues is becoming less and less and less.
I know, for the same reasons, too.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, it's interesting. Todd P., he's a big music promoter of bands and actually probably the leader in bringing together a real grassroots experience. I think they're about to reopen up the Market Hotel legally as a venue. Yeah.
Nice.
Very close to doing so.
Okay.
But also his rant about, festivals and how expensive they've gotten. And he's like, if you already have all those sponsors involved, then on top of it, these astronomical ticket prices. The profit that's walking away from there is huge. And his whole thing is what about the culture? What about the bands? What about making it affordable for people to come together in a reasonable amount of money and not be greedy? And the work that he's had to do in legalizing the Market Hotel to be a legal venue. And he was saying, well, there's one thing, if somebody said, well, this is what you have to do. There's another thing dealing with all the city agencies and the bureaucracies and how he should have been open a lot sooner if it wasn't for all of that. And I know many other businesses that are going through this as well. So, we keep you... This is the People's Radio Station, folks. I bring up these points because it is not easy for people to do their craft here and share their music with you in a greater way. So here we are with 50,000 watts broadcasting, not narrowcasting like online, but broadcasting, even though we're offering you a stream online as well so that you can listen and follow along wherever you're at, or carry us around on your smartphone via these various apps, including our Pacifica broadcasting app, which is free. So do your part now. Broadcasting is not free. It costs money.
That's right.
And here we want to keep it very real. No influences by external forces like corporations that are going to start to dictate what information we bring to you and what the sound of this radio is going to be like. I'm so tired of that. I love to tune to WBAI and hear real voices, real issues, and people that in some cases have been volunteering their entire lives to be here broadcasting and representing their communities, and in a very real way. I'm not talking about conspiracy, over-the-top stuff. I'm talking about unfolding things that feel like a conspiracy and giving you factual information and digging into those. I mean, everything going on, even with Hugo Chavez. People were like, I had one person look at me because they're like, oh, you're with BAI. Should I like him or not that he's gone? And I'm like, that's a good question, because the way the mainstream media and the twist that happens, it's very chilling how collectively as these media corporations owned by less than 4 corporations that own all of our means of communication, it's very scary. They can very easily
influence decisions.
Yes, very easily.
I saw that Juan Gonzalez from Democracy
And I will
Now!
play this mix without us talking on it eventually, as soon as we can get beyond our emergency at hand, which is our transmitter.
So, Jeannie,
which the number to call again is
516-620-3602. So, Jeannie, are you saying that the freedom to broadcast isn't free?
No, it costs money. It's freeform radio.
It is freeform.
And it's sure, you can sit out there and freeload. But when it's the People's Radio, and we literally are listener-sponsored, that's you keeping these airwaves going, you got to do your part. It's an ecosystem. If it breaks down, that's what's happening right now. All of a sudden, our ecosystem here is breaking down, and that's with our listeners and our sponsor and our support. You are our sponsors, listener-sponsored radio. And I know many other stations that would love to have 50,000 watts and be a community radio station. There's many low-power FM stations firing up. I know by next fall, Prometheus Radio is working with a lot of community broadcasters to bring those into fruition. But many have actually gotten low-power FM licenses, but then abandoned them because they're like, we don't know how we're going to continue having all that broadcast, fill the airwaves, cover the costs. It's very real. And so here we have our model. We're doing it. We're not low power. We're full power, 50,000 watts. So you can imagine that costs a lot to keep up. $45,000 a month for that transmitter on the Empire State Building. And now we're behind a couple months. That's huge, people. That's huge. You know how fast that creeps up on you, right?
And considering the fact that we're not taking any type of corporate sponsorship whatsoever, we're non-commercial, and so the information that we're providing to you is so invaluable, is that if you break it down, a couple of cents, 33 cents a day, it's really, really inexpensive if you think about the information. And just on this show by itself, the variety and the quality of music that's being offered on this show by itself is worthy of a couple of bucks a day. And if you go over to 516-620-3602, you're able to go to the Emergency Transmitter Fund and help us out, continuing on providing you this type of stuff.
Yeah, so call that call center. If you're not comfortable with the call center, literally they're interfacing with our online website,
True.
Which is our donation site. So you can go to give and the number 2 WBAI.org, give and then the number 2 WBAI.org. And there are so many issues, I don't know about you, that I want to hear about, and I don't want to hear about them through this twisted, oh my God. Okay, so I am a media freak. I have a degree in broadcasting. I will tell you why I still have cable TV, because I'm obsessed with seeing how the mainstream media is behaving in comparison to also watching our community broadcast sisters and brothers out here. And two major TV shows that I was watching, the twist that they did on, first of all, like an Occupy Wall Street, and turning it into this sort of martyrdom by someone who had a lot of loans, and then feeling that she was doing good but was used by someone to become a Bonnie and Clyde. I'm not even going to say what show it was. I mean, it just galled me when I saw the result. I mean, I know it's fictional and it's TV, but I was like, oh my God. It's just unbelievable. Anyways, the other one, I don't even want to... The propaganda that's even within your entertainment shows is just unbelievable as well, towing the line of also the corporations. And when you have a situation where there's such an imbalance of wealth, you'd think it would have been the headline on every newscast that not just that Wall Street's at an all-time high and doing better than they've ever done, this big announcement, but you'd think equally they would have said employees, workers are at an all-time low. At the low of going back to 1966 in terms of what they're getting paid and their benefits. Don't you think that should have taken a lead on the news as well? I wonder why it hasn't.
But yet the bills doesn't cost the equivalent of 1966.
No, that's why they're making such a profit off the back of us. And also they're using it as a reason to not hire or keep people at a lower pay. People are freaked out that they're just going to lose their job and they're not going to find another job. So the corporations basically kind of have us at bay where they want us as well. So, I mean, this is the kind of information that you will hear on WBAI. And in the case of artists and musicians, we've already been living a struggle of a life and have to accept, and this is almost globally too for artists, have to accept less support, a lower quality of life for most. I'm not talking about the more successful artists, but it's very serious. And so when I have a chance here to share this music with all of you out there, to share these issues actually that artists, musicians, venues, promoters are facing, right now we're still trying to get the cabaret law overturned and take it off the books. It's an antiquated law. It was a racist law when it was created, and I can go into all the details about that, which I'm not going to right now, but you've heard me talk about it. But there's yet another petition flying around to try to get rid of it. But what it's created is this incredible amount of bureaucracy and expenses to open up a venue if you want to be a legal venue for dancing. And we've all preached this a million times, like, if it's safety, then make it a safety thing. If it's noise, then make it a noise thing. But why do you have to then have something called a cabaret law about dancing? You know, it's just it should just be built into the code, period. Right. It shouldn't be that you have to have this extra license. So that's what we've been struggling with, and it's definitely something that was used and dug up out of the past. To change the real estate landscape of the city so that it becomes more of a suburb than a city in some cases. And oh my God, everything in my neighborhood is just turning into really expensive boutique restaurants. And
well, you don't like paying for $7 for a slice of pizza?
However, I do like that a lot of them, or some of them, are based on working with local farmers and working with, so it still goes in hand in hand.
Right.
Because that does cost more in some cases to be able to offer that support also to being local. But okay, here we go. We're going back to local. Do we want to be healthy? Do we want to be local? This is your local radio station. This is your community radio station. 516-620-3602 is the pledge line. I want to thank our pledge from Maryland. I don't know if I should say your name or not, but thank you so much. That means you are listening online, or maybe you're in town.
Beautiful thing.
And another thank you to our listener here in Manhattan that donated. And again, give, folks, give to WBAI.org. That's the website. But you got to put in the numeral, GIVE, the numeral 2, WBAI.org. Or call the call center if you want to make it easier on yourself. But really, the call center is just interfacing with that website. So the number is 516-620-3602. And we just heard All Right from Stuttering Monks featuring Elliot Chapman. We heard Someone Like You that we just came out of. The Shapeshifters Du Jour remix from Soul Magic. I love Shapeshifters. You guys remember Express 2? That Rocky and Diesel. So Rocky and Diesel, and so that's those two from Express 2 out of the three that is Shapeshifters. And we also heard Clever Keys with The Realists. And now we're going to roll on into a new one from Eric Murillo, Harry Chuchu Romero, and Jose Nunez featuring Shawnee Taylor, Subliminal Records with My Melody. This is the Liquid Sound Lounge, WBAI 99.5 FM, taking you till 9 p.m. As of March 23rd, we go into extended hours on the regular, so we'll be on till 10 p.m. And as of the end of the month, we hope we'll still be on air with all of you if we can make the goal of this transmitter fund, because we're in dire straits to fund the transmitter's back payments and get us stabilized. 516-620-3602 or go to WBAI.org. Show your support. Listener-sponsored, non-commercial community radio.
We flock to the sanctuary to hear the word, to hear the melody, to feel the power, to heal ourselves. There is resolution in the sound. There is hope in the song. 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 There is hope in the song.
of time. Salsa Orchestra. Hello.
That is nice. Don't you agree, Steve?
I agree.
You tuned to the Liquid Sound Lounge. We're winding down on this show in about 10 minutes. And, we're on air starting at 7, taking you till 9 p.m. Saturday nights. As of March 23rd, we will be in permanent extended hours till 10 p.m. Woohoo! So, for now, though, I wanted to let you know, I was wondering what was going on with the West End Records catalog and, Salsoul. Salsoul gets passed around. It's been passed around to various owners, and each time it does, it kind of gets like a remix, a facelift, so to speak, a twist, a new twist. And in this case, it's pretty powerful. It's pretty powerful, folks. We're talking about some serious staying power for our gems, our classics that we love. This is through a partnership with Ultra Records and Verse Music Group.
Really?
You know what Verse is? Verse is basically the combination of West End and Salsoul Records, run by CEO and founder Kurt Frasca, along with Patrick Moxie of Ultra Records. So this joining of partnerships, I think, is really, really amazing. And also, Ultra itself has been a very strong dance label. Maybe not as much. I definitely play different Ultra stuff on the show that fits with our show, thanks to the different remix twists that they have. But they're very powerful. They're, I think, the number one, definitely dance label in the U.S., if not even beyond. This is before EDM became the latest marketing genre of dance music, a title, a genre, to push into the mainstream or focus on the mainstream, which is a lot of the sort of formulaic stuff that we hear with the same build-ups, breakdowns, which kind of happens with any genre as all of a sudden or a new title on an old genre.
Similarities.
Yeah, and also, it's just everyone starts to get too formulaic. It's also a testament to the technology as well, and it really is up to who's behind that technology, working it, the human being behind it, that ends up having the results of it being unique or a retread. And what I found is on Ultra, you find some really great standalone stuff. In this case, we've got a White Noise, N-O-I-Z-E, remix on this Salsoul classic. Of course, Love Break comes out of this. Ooh, I love it, Love Break. And White Noise right now actually has 4 songs in the top 100 Beatport house chart. So they are a fun remix team, and I love them. And just before that, we heard a new one coming up. It's After Hours Miami Sampler. So yes, Reggie, you hit that right on the head.
I was
Reggie was like,
suspecting something.
Winter Music Conference coming on into the mix.
Okay.
But yes, many of these selections are coming forth. A whole powerful bunch of releases coming forth for the Winter Music Conference right around the corner. And so we heard just before this from the King Street Sounds After Hours Miami Sampler, John DeMarc and Antoine Cortez with Fabulous Disco. Just before that, we heard that classic from D-I-V-A, from Diva, off the Africanism series on Yellow Records. It's called Balearic. Just when that sound was coming in. And just before that's where we left off with My Melody from Subliminal Records. And this one now is
my soul meets universe.
Another one from an After Hours Miami sampler on King Street Sounds from DeMarcus Lewis. Deeper than thou. It's very nice.
And every move I make.
Build up! Spirit fingers in the air! And then we're going to roll into a classic from Deep Space Media, the first vinyl release coming out of Deep Space Media, which is a label that came out of the Deep Space Party. And Deep Space is Monday nights at Cielo, 10 10 p.m. till 3:30 a.m. I had a great time here in Francois this last week. He really mixes it up. When he threw in a Prince tune right in the middle of peak hours, I mean, people were like glued to the dance floor and livid.
Party. That is the beauty of that whole party. He throws everything in it, and it makes sense at the end.
Oh, yeah.
He's not scared.
Hell no.
Nope.
He's a long player as well.
Oh, yeah.
Over 30 years behind the decks, really. And they're looking at their 10-year anniversary.
10th year anniversary, I think.
Not this weekend, the following weekend. So 2 weeks from now. And Giorgio Moroder, first DJ set ever in the United States. I think first DJ set in May, part of the Red Bull Academy coming to New York. And word has it that the pre-sale tickets are sold out. However, the night of, you should be able to go up and there'll be a handful of tickets there. So I have a feeling at Cielo for Deep Space.
Yeah. That's going to be something big.
Giorgio Moroder.
Legendary
you could say one of the godfathers of disco, Italo disco.
No doubt.
Yeah.
I mean, created the sound of...
Talk about staying power. See, disco, funk, soul, staying power.
Amazing.
That's what we're about here, bringing you
music.
What's up in 2013. And so for all we do, for all of you, let's keep this transmitter going strong. We're in a crisis. We're about to go dark with the transmitter by the end of this month. If we do not raise the shortfall we had in this last month during the membership drive, that shortfall I really believe is due to us having to transition and move in the middle of the membership drive. It's sort of like Super Bowl and having a blackout.
Interesting comparison there.
But I feel
really interesting.
I really feel like when you're behind the mic and you're in the membership drive and you can't see your goal, meaning like watching the scoreboard, like we don't get a running total, it's rough. I mean, all these little things that nothing against our management at all, but I'm just letting you know how it is behind the mic. I mean, those are the things that motivate us and keep us going. So there's a lot of tools that we haven't had as producers behind this mic. And also you all out there feeling trepidation about a 516 number, what's going on with BAI. But we're here, we're trying to stay with you for another 50 years and more to come. I believe as technology changes and progresses in how we deliver radio to people, this style of radio and radio broadcasting itself is still very powerful and very strong and is necessary, especially when you have an emergency like a hurricane. And we did our damnedest to make sure that we could still be on air even during the hurricane, losing our home, losing our backup, which was due to the crane.
That's right.
And those high winds in Midtown with Armand DeMille's location, and then moving on up to Gary Knowles Studios and trying to make use of an internet station that's not really meant for 24/7 broadcasting. And I mean, insanity what our small crew, which we've been diluted to because of funds coming in and the economic drop since 2008. We know what we've been facing here, but yet we've still been coming to you as strong as ever with 50,000 watts, bringing you community words, voices, broadcasting, that angle that you're not going to hear in the commercial media. And I say that it's, even if you don't agree, at least you have somewhere to turn to hear alternative information. I think it's really scary when you flip the dial in commercial radio or even television news and they're towing the same line, or it's a very defined, MSNBC, there's those liberals, Fox, those are those conservatives. I hate how it's that defined. What happened to real dialogue and the variety of approaches to a story that actually exists? Here is one place you can tune to actually hear another perspective, not influenced by any corporations or the need to sell advertising. We are operated for the listeners, by the listeners, of the listeners, because we are listener sponsored. That is you out there, our listeners. You are the ones that keep us going. period. This is your radio station. This is what the people's radio sounds like. This is what people media sounds like. So I want to thank, by the way, Gerald Easton of Paterson, New Jersey. Thank you so much for your generous contribution, and everyone that's given thus far during this show and during our emergency. The phone number to call for that emergency transmitter fund donation is 516-620-3602. 516-620-3602. Or if you are internet savvy, which I think many of you are, we use it all the time. I'm sure you buy things online all the time. For a very secure, safe server to make your donation to, which actually our call center is interfacing with and putting that information in manually when you call up. You could do it directly by going to give and then the number 2. You have to actually put the numeral 2, give to WBAI.org. Give and then the number 2, WBAI.org.
I like how you said that, Jeannie. Interfacing. It's complimentary.
And that's what I found out Wednesday night at the meeting. Is that I didn't realize that they were actually going online to our actual donation site, which was set up to be a very, very secure, safe place that people will not be, all the ills that we're facing now with cyber assault on us and on the scariness of identity theft. I mean, that's very real.
No, that's definitely real, and also just the fact that it seems like very complimentary and helping each other out, and that's what it's called, the spirit of what WBAI represents.
Yes, so give a call, give a donation to the station, keep your radio station alive, the people's radio station. Join in with another listener from Bellerose, New York. Thank you so much for your support. We're waiting for Miss Andrea Clark, sister from another planet. She should be coming in to do her show. Up next, this is the Liquid Sound Lounge. Make a donation right now to the station. Again, go to give and then the number 2, WBAI.org, or call 516-620-3602. This is the Liquid Sound Lounge, WBAI, 7 to 9 p.m. Saturday nights. For our full broadcast schedule, go to WBAI.org. Please now make a donation to the station. We are listening to the Deep Space Media Selection, their first release under that name, or under that moniker, off the Wave Music label, and then on into Smoking Deluxe from DJ Eno on Nordic Tracks out of Vancouver. All right.
WBAI, New York.
I was born in the Congo. I walked to the Fertile Crescent and built the Sphinx. I designed a pyramid so tough that a star that only glows every 100 years falls into the center, giving divine, perfect light. I am bad. I sat on the throne drinking nectar with Allah. I got hot and sent an ice age to Europe to cool my thirst. My oldest daughter is Nefertiti. The tears from my first pain created the Nile. I am a beautiful woman. I gazed on the forest and burned out the Sahara Desert. With a packet of goat's meat and a change of clothes, I crossed it in 2 hours. I'm a gazelle, so swift, you can't catch me. For a birthday present when he was 3, I gave my son Hannibal an elephant. He gave me Rome for Mother's Day. My strength flows ever on. My son Noah built New Ark, and I stood proudly at the helm as we sailed on a soft summer day. I turned myself into myself and was Jesus. Men intone my loving name. All praises, I am the one who would say, I sow diamonds in my backyard. My bowels deliver uranium. The filings from my fingernails are semi-precious jewels. On a trip north, I caught a cold and blew my nose, giving oil to the Arab world. I am so hip, even my errors are correct. I sailed west to reach east and had to round off the earth as I went. The hair from my head thinned and gold was laid across 3 continents. I am so perfect, so divine, so ethereal, so surreal. I cannot be comprehended except by my permission. I mean, I can fly like a bird in the sky.
abafuna lokuthando lenhliziyo yami ndikunika lokuthando ndikunika lokuthando ndikunika lokuthando lenhliziyo yami ebaninzi abafuna lokuthando lenhliziyo yami ndikunika lokuthando ndikunika lokuthando ndikunika lokuthando lenhliziyo yami ebaninzi abafuna lokuthando lenhliziyo yami ndikunika lokuthando ndikunika lokuthando ndikunika lokuthando lenhliziyo yami mama mami na nika lokuthando lenhliziyo yami ndikunika lokuthando ndikunika lokuthando ndikunika lokuthando lenhliziyo yami mama mami na nika lokuthando lenhliziyo yami ndikunika lokuthando ndikunika lokuthando ndikunika lokuthando lenhliziyo
Okay, alright, okay. Alright, here you go. Hey, look. Boy, listen, soul sister with a full figure. Make you want triggers just so you can talk with her. I'm like, whoa, sister. How you glow when there's no shimmer shining? On diamond and not no gold digger, so different. But she said she don't like no gold digger. No, excuse my Josiness, but what's with the attitude? I just wanna see you. In my habit of the day. The name is Dewey, you know my raps are lethal. Free off the top, you know the soul, that's my people. I keep it dope, yo, always on a mic, yo. T from the VA, yo, keep it hyper tight, while my man keep the beat rocks rockin'. I keep the heads knocking. AC from the beat, what's stopping me? Not a damn thing. Do we gonna do?
Falling deep and I feel a heart hiding in the night, hiding in the dark. I'll reach in after the part of feeling.
song is a song to Mr. Gold's grandfather. Your chair is right over there. I know Mr. Gold was a funny man, but this is not a laughing matter. constant elevation, peace, utuna, still tuna, still tuna na big high, 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 still tuna na big high. Constant elevation, peace, utuna, still tuna, na big high.
Oops. Okay, let's get started. Okay, a little background music here. Well. Here we are. Here BAI. Here we are at in Harlem. WHCR. It is my first show in the new digs, I guess I would say. And well, first let me say my name is Andrea Clark, and the show Sister from Another Planet. How are all of you? I feel like I haven't been on for eons and eons. The only frustration, of course, is I did come to visit a couple of times before, but and I'm a 10-minute walk away from here. We're in the City College at the generous graciousness and generosity of City College, and it's a lovely space. I actually really like it, and like I said, I'm 10 minutes away, and I got here at 8 o'clock, and I was standing outside the door, and just due to whatever logistics, I don't know, I couldn't get in. So thank you to Uncle Sidney, who, thank God, came early. I was able to get in, and I was sitting and waiting outside, ready to do my show. And I guess Jeannie was caught up in the pitching mode and did not know that I was waiting to get in. So I'm here now, and guess what? I have to pitch, because actually what happened during my fund drive absence, during the fund drive, I tend to opt to allow them, I ask them, and they seem to be willing to put on something that's going to make money if we're offering a premium. So I haven't been on in about at least 5 weeks, maybe even 6 weeks, probably the longest time I've been off. And the anniversary of my show happened during that period. It was February 24th. I came to WBAI, Sister from Another Planet came to WBAI on February 24th, 1999, by the graciousness of Mr. Matthew Finch, who was our arts director back then. I miss him so much. He is chilling in New Mexico, the program director of some radio station out there. But he brought me on, and on February 24th, so I was 14. Sister from Another Planet. I wasn't 14. Far from it. It's 14 years on the air. But I did come first to WBAI in about 1990 through the generosity of Vicky Starr, who had a fantastic show focused on women in music called Ghost in the Machine. I don't know if you remember it. Fabulous show. She has gone on to form her own company called, I think, is Girly Action. And Girly Action is sort of a PR firm for women in music. Anyway, all of this to say that I have
there's no price to put on what I have gotten from WBAI, which allows me to play music of what you're hearing now, completely indie, South African, psychedelic rock, okay? That a friend of mine brought over and asked me to give it a listen, and I love them. The group is called The Brother Moves On. The Brother Moves On. What a great name, right? Anyway, all of this to say that, as you may have heard, we have a dire emergency. This is not about, okay, our bills are high, which they are. This is not about, okay, we really had a problem with Hurricane Sandy, which we did. This is not about, okay, the powers that be will seem to not believe that we actually were down in, I think, I forget what zone it was, zone 3, whatever zone was completely evacuated, which we were. This is about the fact that we are at the risk of literally being put off the air. You've heard this, it is not a joke. If we don't come up with $200,000 by the end of the month, WBAI will be gone. You've heard this. It's not crying wolf. It's not a joke. And all of the producers, all of us here, it's been a rough road. We've seen people come and go. It's been really rough for everyone, and the spirits were low. Spirits were really low. Moving was brutal, as you can imagine. But again, it's really great to be here at HCR, and thanks. We all just thank them all day, every day, for opening their home, sharing their home with us. So what I'm hoping you will do is, as you know, we are asking people to pledge to the WBAI Transmitter Fund, and that's give2WBAI.org. So GIV2WBAI.org. And anything you can spare. If everyone that listened gave $10, we could probably come up with it. If you can give more, please feel free to give more. And we're asking now, we're not offering any premiums, we're asking literally to help us stay on the air. And WBAI has allowed me to take, well, what's interesting? When I came here in the 90s, in 99, the club scene had been changing. I actually started playing what would be called lounge music back in the early 90s, and people then were like, can't you play anything a little bit more upbeat? Why are you mixing such strange stuff? And it was hard. So the fact that our WBAI liked my idea and gave me a chance was really meant a lot to me. And I've interviewed people that I don't think you would have heard anywhere else. I remember that Bluey from Incognito came up when I used to be on in the overnights, alternating with I cannot remember the name of the show. Is it Susan Brown? Susan Brown, I think she did a post-punk show, a rock show, and we used to alternate. And Bluey came up at 2 in the morning live to sit with me and interview, and it was magic. And he was thanking me. And because there are not a lot of outlets for people like him, for people like Octavia Butler, who I also interviewed at, well, she was on the West Coast then. May she rest in peace. I still miss her so much. She was on at what would have been her time, maybe midnight. We brought her on maybe around 3 in the morning. I've interviewed another ancestor, Gil Scott Heron. He came to BAI when he first got out of jail, when he had to unfortunately do some jail time. BAI was the first place he came to, and that was when I used to be on Fridays, and I used to follow Gary Bird, Brother Gary Bird, and he first sat with Gary, and then he came on my show, and I had some albums then, so I still do, some vinyl, that he took a look and said, oh, I don't even have those. Can you copy those of me? Of course I did. I have to do some homework. WBAI New York. It's in the station ID. And again, my name is Andrea Clark. I'm the show sister from another planet, urging you to call. Oh, I didn't even give you the transmitter phone number, did I? You can call 516-620-3602, 516-620-3602 to donate whatever you can to help WBAI stay on the air. Whenever I bump into anyone in the street, they're asking me, oh, how's it going? I tell them, BAI may be gone. It literally, and this time, it's, this is not about, okay, to be honest, thank God we're not in the street, but let's say we were out in the street, we still could, would be able to broadcast. That's how we operated during Sandy. We had no real home. We were, knocking about, just trying to still bring radio to you. And so even if we have this fantastic home here at HCR, if we lose our transmitter, that's it. That's it. That's it. So WBAI, I'm just thinking back, and it's funny. It's very sentimental for me to sit here, because like I said, it was 14 years, has been 14 years on February 24th for me. And when I think of a lot of things I've been allowed to play here that I could never play anywhere else. And people have actually said to me over the years, oh, have you thought of if you ever wanted to go to a place where you got paid? And I said, to be honest, no. I'm not saying that the offers were pouring in, but I said no, because there's no place I could play what I'm playing right now, what you're listening to, an alternative, psychedelic, South African rock band that's completely unknown here, and be allowed to in fact, they're even other member-supported radio stations that aren't allowed to play what they want. DGO, which I listen to a lot and love, but they can only play what's in their library. They cannot bring in their own stuff. There are many places that that are non-profit, member-supported, and they have control over what you play. I have as long as it's clean, meaning no curses, of course, I can play anything. As long as I love it, I can play it, and I share it with you. And it's been an absolute privilege to do that for the past 14 years. Privilege. And some of you do, I hear from you. You really like what I play. Shout out to Rob Fields. He oh God, if there's anyone out there who wants to help me with my media, my social life. I'm on Facebook a lot. I do post there a lot, but I don't tweet nearly enough, and it's not good. But Rob gave me a shout out. Thank you, Rob. I'm really glad you're listening. It's really cool to get some feedback. And there's no phone in here yet. There will be. Grayson Challenger is feverishly plugging in stuff and whatever. But anyway, again, I have to actually. Can we thank people? I see that I've gotten some pledges here. I guess if their name is there, we can thank them, right? So I'm going to say someone who calls himself Astro Afrique. and Gerard Hill, and someone I guess by the name of Dave. Actually, Mr. Afro or Miss Afro Astro Afrique pledged twice, and I want to thank you very, 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 very much. And oh shucks, is this something wrong? Let me see. Sorry, I'm just looking at something here. There we go. Okay. Actually, let me read back what I played, and then I'll get back to pitching, and hopefully, this again is a group called the Brother Moves On, and they are described as a psychedelic rock, fusion jazz group. And this album is called The Golden Wake, and it seems to be this whole show. I'll read this. The ghost inside the ghost inside the magic, the stranglers of an innocent idea of bringing performance art to its knees through costume, music, and storytelling. A playful sight, specific collaborative piece of performance art in the form of a band based in Johannesburg. The name of this collective is derived from David Simmons' The Wire character Brother Mozoon, meaning judicious in Arabic, a transient assassin with that transient assassin with that audacious yet sincere difference. The Golden Wake live EP is the Brother Moves On's debut, recorded at the SABC as a funeral for the first brother to move on, Mr. Gold Wasegoli. So this is this whole performance was a tribute to, I believe, a comrade of theirs, performance art musical tribute, and it's gorgeous. So, and before that, I played a new track from the lead singer of Mochiba. She's back with them, but also still doing her own stuff. Her name is an acronym, and it's oh wow, Sky, Sky, and she. Trying to see what the acronym is. Acronym, goodness, that's triplet. Well, I can't find it. It's but that's what she goes by. And I played Bright Light. She actually performed at Joe's Pub over the past, maybe about 2 weeks ago. Amazing show. And this is her new CD, Back to Now. And you can, if you Google her, her name is S-K-Y-E. That's the name she goes by. And again, I'm sure you recognize her voice if you're into Mochiba. Before her, I played the Soil. And you know I love them. I played Boninzi from their record, The Soil, which will be released here in the States on Wednesday, March 12th, throughout Sony. And I can talk about it now. I have to pump them up because I have been working on bringing this band here since last June. I submitted some ideas to the Apollo, to the cafe. The cafe tends to showcase more new and innovative music, and I submitted them as one of the bands, and they loved them. Well, I didn't realize how hard it is to to organize visas, and it's the first major show I've booked. I'm very, very proud of it, and it has taken literally since last June until yesterday to get their visas. By the grace of God, their visas came, their approval and the visas came 2 hours before the embassy closed in Johannesburg. They are flying tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow is Sunday. And they are performing next Friday at the Apollo Cafe as part of a festival called Africa Now. which is Friday and Saturday. It's in partnership with the World Music Institute, and it's going to be fantastic. Like I said, my babies, my sweethearts, they're all 23, I think, in that age range, and this is the first time they're coming to New York, and they are so excited. So they're huge over there. They've won the equivalent of the Grammys. They have won many awards, and their CD is platinum over there. So like I said, the Soil CD will be released here in all the usual conduits on Wednesday, and they will be playing at the Apollo in the cafe as a part of to open up the Africa Now Festival, which they will be there on the 15th, and then on the 16th in the main concert is Blitz Ambassador, who I love. You know, I play him here. Lokua Kanza, the Neka, who is Nigerian. You know, I play her all the time. She's amazing. In fact, I have to dig out her CD. I'll play some of her as well. And Freshly Ground. That's on the 16th. So I highly recommend. You can go to Apollo, the box office right there on 125th. I'm sure you can buy your tickets online, and I hope that you will come out. So I'm very, very proud of that. That getting their visas was no small feat. Like I said, it is a Mercury retrograde. Oh my God. Would you believe that their visas were approved earlier this week, and we were so they were approved last week, and then we look at the official document. Turns out they approved the wrong names. Mercury freaking retrograde. Can you believe that? Approved the wrong names, and we found this out on Thursday, and the last business day to get these visas was yesterday. And not to mention, South Africa is 7 hours ahead. So when our business day begins at 9 in the morning, their business day is almost ending at 4 in the afternoon. Oh yeah. Yes. So anyway, let me say this as well as another reason why I value this station, and hope you do too, is the reason why I even know about this band, the reason why this even happened at all, is because the manager and the label owner, Sipo Sitole, I think is how you pronounce it, Sipo Sitole, heard he is a mogul, a music mogul in South Africa, and just really huge. He actually heard my show, Sister from Another Planet, and had the idea, and we're still actually, fingers crossed. He was so impressed with WBAI, and I will say with my show, that he wants to do sort of an exchange program with WBAI and Metro FM. And in fact, Metro FM will be broadcasting the show at the Apollo live to South Africa this Friday. So it is because of this station that I even got the opportunity to share that music with you and to bring this band over here. It is literally WBAI is respected worldwide. Oh, I hope Michelle in Australia is listening. So that's that. I just wanted to plug that. I'll be playing more of them later. The Soil, take a look out for them. They're amazing. 3 young kids, beautiful. The harmonies, and it's like done in like a more fresh, like new kind of urban way. Love them. Okay, so let's get back to what I played, because I got a pitch here. Before the Soil, I played the Flow Assist of, formerly of Flowetry, with Tandiswa, another South African incredible singer, just incredible artist. They did Roots of Love from Floetry Rebirth, which is the latest CD from it came out about maybe 4 months ago. Before that, Brandy Younger featuring Nyla, So Alive, from her Prelude CD. Brandy Younger is a local harpist who is tearing it up and really making waves. She's incredible. I think she lives in Brooklyn, and she's really super talented. Definitely carrying the torch of Dorothy Ashby and Alice Coltrane. Amazing. Brandy, spelled Brandee, and then Younger, like a younger sister. Keep a lookout for her. If you Google her name, I believe she has a website. And as I mentioned, I started the whole set off with Alice Coltrane and Farrah Sanders' classic Journey to Satchitananda. And of course my theme, Nikki Giovanni. I played Ego Tripping, Truth Is On, from the album Truth Is On Its Way, which I have played for 14 years. So we'll go back to what I was saying, which is, oh look, Stephanie made a pledge. Thank you so much. Wow. Oh, it's so cool to see when you guys make these pledges. It's great. Again, the number is 516-620-3602, 516-620-3602. The transmitter fund, we, as much as you can think of every reason not to, you have to believe that WBAI is worth saving. You have to imagine the void when BAI is off the air. And yes, we need to improve ourselves. We all need to take ourselves to the next level. Just do more, but we need the chance to. And again, Sandy knocked us on our knees, and unfortunately, again, the powers that be are slow in helping us. A lot of people down there, a lot of the businesses down on that area are gone, still boarded up, gone. They weren't able to come back. And again, by the grace, I will say that Sandy, maybe that's another reason why it's great to be up here. When Sandy happened, it was basically a bad sort of a rainstorm, a lot of wind, and nothing, we didn't, so a lot of tree branches were knocked down, but aside from that, not much more than that. So it's good to be uptown, and like I said, it's a 10-minute walk away from me. It was great. But like I'm saying, I think you do recall that for a day or two we were off the air, and we're also seeing, there's a need for radio, especially, again, you may not love everything you hear in BAI, but you cannot tell me it's not. If you're listening now, hopefully you do enjoy this show, and there's parts of BAI that you make sure you tune into, or you go online and listen to the archives, and when we're gone, we'll be gone. That's it. So again, we have to raise $200,000 by the end of this month, March 31st, and we're looking to you. We're not offering any premiums. We're asking you to pledge solely on the content that you want to save, on whether it's the music shows. Saturday lineup is fantastic. Liquid Sound Lounge, me of Soul Central Station. Yes, I am fantastic too. And soon, actually, the Liquid Sound Lounge will be expanding to 3 hours, and Soul Central Station is going to be expanding as well. I'll be popping up here and there. I know one of the places I will be, at least for the moment, is at 3 on Sunday, and there are other things that hopefully will work out too. I can't not Definitely nothing permanent yet, but I'm hoping that some other things can be worked out and I can bring even more music to you. What was I saying here? Oh, yes. Yes. To pledge, to keep on the air, keeping us on the air, you can go to give numeral 2 wbai.org, GIVE numeral 2 wbai.org, and you can call 516-620-3602. Wow, this board, you know what's cool about this board is that if I don't say anything, it goes into the red, like it's telling me I'm too low. Interesting. So yes, I'm trying to think of who else Terrence Trent D'Arby. I've had him on. And he changed, as you know, he changed his name to Sananda Maitreya. Still doing incredible music. He was gracious enough to come up here. I have interviewed Avery Brooks. Yes, the actor, Avery Brooks. Joe Morton, the actor. Yes, the original brother from another planet. My inspiration, my absolute, that's my namesake right there. So, Kanye West. When Kanye West made the statement, George Bush hates black people after Katrina, I went to him. In fact, I would take that interview out. That's worth revisiting. It's interesting. Oof, I don't know if I would interview him now. But back then, that was a big deal when he said that, And yes, he blurted it out and he was almost crying. But I still applaud him for that. And that's how I got the interview. I went down to Baltimore with a recorder. And because he had a show. And I just basically bum rushed I went and I said, look, we at WBAI really appreciate your saying that. And I just want to say that not everyone is, because he was getting death threats over that. And he actually listens to BAI, and he granted me an interview. And again, I will say also, we have had people like Dave Chappelle. He has donated. Yes, I remember that. I sent him the thank you card myself. So we're hoping that, I'm not saying that, it's important that these big names, but I'm just saying that that a lot of different types of people use BAI for their information, whether it's for music, whether it's for health, whether it's our news department. WBAI is here solely because of you, and what we are unfortunately having to beg again, and this time it's for real. If we do not embrace this money by March 31st, I don't know what will be in this radio space. The address of 99.5. I imagine with the trend of things, it probably will not be anything that will serve you in the least way. You'll probably get a lot more information about Kanye West and Kim, what's her name, Kim Kardashian, however you say it. You'll probably get tons of information about them. And that's not why I went to interview him, certainly not. So, 212, I almost said the old pledge number. 516-620-3602, 516-620-3602, or give to WBAI.org, GIV numeral 2 WB. Oh, this is loud, isn't it? No, that's me talking. Give GIV numeral 2 WBAI.org. There are people in the call center all night now, I've been told, which is great. So you can call 516-620-3602 to make that pledge. And like I said, any amount. This is not for a premium. We're not promising you we're going to send you anything. We're asking you to help save, literally to help save us. Any of you that can pledge more than, $5 or $10, we would greatly appreciate it. I certainly would. And but if you can't, literally don't think that $5 or $10 is too small. I bumped into a friend of mine today. Oh, I wanted to bump into her, Miss Rosser, Miss Felice Rosser from the band Faith, who I've had up here several times, who I love dearly. And she's, we both take the classes at Jazzmobile. Oh, I didn't get the name of, there's a listener to my show. Last time I was on the air, I was talking about those incredibly low-priced classes that Jazzmobile offers every Saturday for 4 months for 4.5 hours. The first 2 hours are music theory, and the second 2.5 hours are an instrument. And I used to play the violin for about 5, 6 years as a child, and I decided to pick it up again, and it's really deep. It's literally like learning to speak a language, to read a language, learning how to read music. Anyway, I bumped into a listener there. I didn't get his name. If he's listening now, brother, hi, I saw you this morning. But also, she was there. Even though she's a prolific bass player, Miss Rosser from Faith, Felice Rosser, she wants to just improve, I guess, challenge herself. And I bring her up to say that she said, well, I'll try to donate something. I said, anything, $5, $10. If everyone donated that, we would be in the clear. So we're asking you again, 516-620-3602. This is for the WBAI Transmitter Fund. There is, again, no premium. This is literally to keep us on the air. And again, you can also go to give2WBAI.org. Alrighty, I have been urging for about 40 minutes now, so I think I'm going to play something else. What do I have lined up here? Ooh, this is how we don't want to feel. Cold. Annie Lennox. I'll play this because I did play this before. They're so good. Where else are you going to hear? An indie South African rock band, and then a gorgeous Scottish singer like Annie Lennox. Please keep calling and pledging 516-620-3602 or give #2WBAI.org. All right.
Cool.
disappeared like the smoke from your cigarette. And I'm fool that I am for hoping you'd understand and thinking you would listen to and all the things I had planned. But we couldn't see eye to eye. So, darling, this is goodbye. But I still care, and I still care. Oh, fool that I am. Oh, fool that I
Wait, 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 and tell the people of the musical
So you mistreat them. So you lie.
Oh, Zambia, the capital city of Lusaka. Oh, it's in Lusaka. In Lusaka, African leaders have been to Lusaka, Askaris have been to Lusaka, business leaders have been to Lusaka, black leaders have been to Lusaka, church leaders have been to Lusaka, Commonwealth leaders have been to Lusaka, delegations have been to Lusaka, infiltrators have been to Lusaka, student leaders have been to Lusaka, sports leaders have been to Lusaka, world leaders have been to Lusaka. Oh, he's in Lusaka. Is Rambo in Lusaka? Is Django in Lusaka? Is Tarzan in Lusaka? Is Zorro in Lusaka? Is Hercules in Lusaka? Is Robin Hood in Lusaka? Is Gringo in Lusaka? Is Bruce Lee in Lusaka? Oh, people of the world, oh, people of Africa, verify my confusion. I'm not very sure exactly. Who is in Lusaka? Is it black or green or gold people in Lusaka? Oh, I'm not sure exactly. Who is in Lusaka?
And it is 10:55. You've been listening to WBAI 99.5 FM. Long live BAI. I want to thank us. I got so many pledges, and of course, Tony Ryan came in here and closed the He closed the website that we could look and see and thank people. So I'm sorry. So I'm just thanking you, all of you, for donating to the Transmitter Fund. It's no joke, and I really appreciate you're always just holding us up. You hold us up, the listeners, and I just can't thank you enough. Again, you go to give2wbai.org, or you can call all night now, 516-620-3602. This is, again, The Soil in the background, and again, they will be playing at the Apollo Cafe this Friday, March 15th, as part of Africa Now, a wonderful festival at the Uptown at the Apollo Theater. And you can go online for tickets or go right to the box office. And again, on Saturday, there'll be Blitz Ambassador, who I love, freshly ground, Lokua, Kanza, Neka, all will be there. Huge African music festival. And before The Soil, this is Sunday, and again, their CD will be out on Wednesday, the 13th. I played Mzwake Mbuli Lusaka from Resistance to Defense, Mir Makeba, Pata Pata. She just had a birthday, a royalty that she is. Itana, I played Roots, and she has a new CD out called Better Tomorrow, which I didn't get a chance to get to, but I will play next week. Steel Pulse, Ravers, a trap classic, True Democracy, Dawn Penn, You Don't Love Me, No, No, No. Played Etta James, another classic, Fool That I Am, and Annie Lennox, Cold from Diva. Take care. Thanks for listening. Thanks for being there. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Transmitter Fund, 516-620-3602. Give #2 WBAI.org. Thank you. Thank you. See you next week. Bye.
Sithando sami senhliziyo yami nginekuthando bathi ntomeka silama psycho mani ubani otheya lokhu uthando eSoweto waloni uthetha ngaye igama nothando umama wabantwana bami ozanginika usapho mntana lona uvele pha kwamaphimalo yende yenye ngathi
You know it's a Sunday, ubuhle bami took my breath away. Angukuthipe amangade, but I hope to see you someday. Please believe me when I say I, and this our life, you're my honey. You're the only one I wake up on, yeah. Sunday, Sunday, let's bump the Sunday, Sunday, Sunday.
Yo, this is G-Love on WBAI, New York, New York.
Kaiser Soze. Well, I respect your ambition, Willie, but you got to have vision.